Hawks and the Southern Virginia staff thank you for your support of the student athletes and coaches participating in today's contest. In the spirit of good sportsmanship, they ask you to respect the following SVU athletic rules. Cheer loudly and proudly for your team, not against visitors. No profanity, vulgarity, racist, or sexist remarks. No personal remarks toward players, coaches, or officials. Show that you know the game. Stay away from the playing area and keep bench areas. Zero tolerance for alcohol and tobacco use at all contests. Thank you for your cooperation, and go Knights. In accordance with tradition at Southern Virginia University, we will begin with a word of prayer, which will be offered by Larry Crockett.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we're so grateful for this day. We're grateful for the opportunity that we have to watch these athletes compete against each other in the game that they love, and we ask Thee to bless them to be able to play up to their ability and to be kept from harm's accident. We're so thankful for all the support that they have, and we pray for Thy Spirit always, and we pray for these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Now, if you all please rise, remove your caps and face the flag for the singing of our national anthem by Karin Allred.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early night what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you.
Jones, and we are set to bring you Southern Virginia University men's volleyball today against Juniata, and another big Continental Volleyball Conference matchup for the Knights, who were victorious over the number 5 team in the country, Marymount, on Friday. A huge upset, at least some people might call it an upset, Nash, and it really gave even more standing to this Southern Virginia University men's volleyball program, which again is only in its second year, and now they're playing the number 9 team in the country in Juniata. And when you look at the conference standings, Marymount has defeated Eastern Mennonite today. So Marymount in the West Division of the conference is 5-1. Eastern Mennonite is 5-3. Juniata and Southern Virginia are both 3-2 in the division. So this is a huge game for both teams. Again, only the top 3 teams in each division make the conference tournament eventually. Right now, Marymount 5-1, Eastern Mennonite 5-3, Juniata and also Southern Virginia both tied at 3-2. So the loser of this game would be in 4th place. The winner would be in a tie for 2nd place and 3rd. And so it's a huge conference matchup for the Knights. And, of course, they want to keep rolling after they defeated Marymount on Friday.
Yeah, Southern Virginia on a hot streak right now, as we saw an incredible game last night from the Knights. It's going to be a busy day today for the Knights as we see them play UC Santa Cruz later today at 7 o'clock. Today's game is going to be pretty good, though. Juniata's a very well-coached team, very good team. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're around 7th in the nation.
Now, as far as you mentioned Santa Cruz coming here tonight at 7 o'clock, And that'll be a non-conference matchup, so that would be the pressure will kind of be off, even though Santa Cruz was going into this week number 4 in the country. But a lot of pressure, this being that conference matchup today.
Yeah, this is a big conference game for Southern Virginia. We're going to see big games, though, a big game, though, today from the Knights. As we saw last night, we saw Cougar Clark. He was having a phenomenal game last night. Lobo last night having a huge game. This team really came together last night against a very tough team, a very tough Marymount team who struggled really bad in the serving area, as we saw them commit over 20 service errors, which really propelled the Knights over Marymount. And so that's one thing the Knights are hoping for tonight is Juniata maybe have some more service errors and just have a good game and have a lot of good kills and just have a good fun volleyball game today.
Now, when you talk about the opposition, you really got to start with number 12, Quinn Peterson, 6'6" junior out of Las Vegas. He is not only the top kill artist on this Juniata ball club, but he's the top kill artist for the entire conference.
Yeah, Quinn Peterson, the top player for Juniata. As we look at his stats from last night, he had 24.5 points. That was his average. Last night, though, he had 20 kills by himself. You usually see those from a whole team standard. A team will rack up 20 points or 20 kills. He racked it up all by himself, so they're going to look to find him, maybe get a couple blocks out of him, and hopefully they can have a good game too.
I'm sure the Knights remember the last time these two teams met back a couple of weeks ago on a Friday night at Juniata. The Knights actually led early. They won the first 2 sets, and in set number 3, they were ahead 20-13. They were only 5 points away from pulling the upset at Juniata, and then kind of fell apart, and Juniata was able to come back, win set 3, win set 4, and win set 5. So the Knights, maybe they've got some payback on their mind here on this Saturday afternoon.
Southern Virginia going to look to get their revenge right here. They know how this team plays. They know how good they are, so they're more prepared for this game, and hopefully they can come away with another win.
And again, if they can win today, they would go to 4-2 in the conference, 7-4 overall. They would surge into a tie for second place, only a game behind Marymount. Marymount ahead of Santa Cruz after they already dispatched Eastern Mennonite Nash earlier today.
Yeah, Marymount up right now 2-0 in sets as they begin their third set right now.
You wonder how many service errors they had against Eastern Mennonite and are having against Santa Cruz, because that was one of the reasons they lost to Southern Virginia last night, just too many service errors.
Yeah, as we said earlier, I think it was over 20 service errors, which is insane for a team. Usually a team commits maybe around 10 or 12, but over 20 was a real propel for Southern Virginia last night.
Matt Schaefer will serve for Juniata to get this first set underway, as the Knights try to build upon their momentum, and they get a point right off the bat. But they're going to say it was out of bounds, and they're going to give the point to Juniata. So it'll be 1 point for Juniata. I noticed that some of the players from Juniata looking at the screen behind us, looking maybe for their video highlights. As the Knights will try to pick up a point, and they do with Mitch Yusevich. Something else that's a wild card for Juniata, and Marymount had to really struggle in getting used to that, and that was caroms off the ceiling.
Yeah, that's one thing about this arena right now is low ceiling, so Southern Virginia has that advantage to them. Juniata may struggle a little bit with it. We're going to have to find out.
All even at 1 here in set 1. There's Peterson. Knights able to return that one. Good dig there, but Mitch Yusevich sliding, trying to do the set, and not able to reach the ball, so it's 2-1 Juniata.
It was a good dig there from Kaipo. Just a little too hard. Mitch Yusevich just unable to reach out and get that ball back up.
Good strong serve that time by the Juniata Eagles. And a point for the Eagles as they are now leading 3-1 here in set 1. Even if the Knights were to lose today, they would be 3-3 in the conference. They would only trail Juniata by a game, only trail Eastern Mennonite by a game. They've got Eastern Mennonite coming up a week from next Wednesday. So lots of opportunities still available for both teams, even with the conference loss today. And there's a service error for Juniata, and the Knights get a point to creep to within 1 at 3-2. And McEnoa with Vucevic checking out, will come in to serve. Front line of Stapley, Lobo, and Colby Wilson. Nakanoa serving. Knights trying to get even here in set one. Good block. The set. And they go to Cougar Clark from the back line. Good block. Colby Wilson with the block on Joe Fick, the 6'3 sophomore for Juniata. Not really sure what he was upset about. He turned to the referee after he got blocked. Maybe he thought they were in the net.
Yeah, I think that's what he turned and was saying, but it was a good block by Colby Wilson, doing a good job. We saw a big game from him last night, too, up on the net.
3-all here. Good dig there. Oh, unable to get the second dig was Tagaloa after Cougar Clark's dig went all the way to the net and allowed Juniata to put it away from the point, and so the Eagles have a 4-3 lead here in set one. Don't forget, we've got more volleyball action coming up tonight at 7 o'clock. UC Santa Cruz, the opponent, non-conference, coming up at 7 o'clock. There's Lobo. Somehow Juniata, well, they're going to rule that the point is going to go to Southern Virginia. It almost looked like they were able to get that off the floor.
Yeah, it looked like that ball was so close to the ground. The refs couldn't see that one. They fixed their mistake right there.
So it's 4-3 Juniata, and a missed set by the Knights allows Juniata to pick up the point, and so the Eagles have taken a 2-point lead. You know, the opponent coming up at 7 o'clock tonight, UC Santa Cruz out of California. They've been busy in Harrisonburg yesterday and Harrisonburg playing today, and I would imagine they'll come right off the bus and come right down for the match tonight.
Yeah, maybe that can be to Southern Virginia's advantage. Sitting on a bus for a while is going to make you tired. Hopefully we can still have a good game tonight. Hopefully they can make it here on time.
Yeah, hopefully we've got some winter weather up and down the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia. A little snow, little ice, little freezing rain. Oh, good block by the Knights. Knights not able to get the point, though, so miscommunication on the part of the Knights all up and down that line as to who was going to hit the ball, and so Juniata's got a 6-3 lead here in the first set. Again, 2 weeks ago, the Knights at Juniata able to capture the first two sets and almost win the third set, so they got off to a great start 2 weeks ago, but so far it's been Juniata dominating and leading 6-3 here in set one. Almost an error there, almost an ace as well as the Knights get it back over. Oh, that's Peterson right there from the right side with the kill. Juniata 7-3 now.
Peterson so deadly as that 6'6 junior. He gets up. He can jump real high. He has a strong arm, too.
Colby Wilson, the block. The point will be net violation is the call against Juniata. So the point goes to the Knights. It's 7-4. You can see how really balanced this conference is. Nash, Marymount losing last night to Southern Virginia. Eastern Mennonite had been dominant of late, and Eastern Mennonite was beaten by Marymount. Juniata's had some problems here and there, but they've had some big wins, and they just got a point there put away by Malin Bender, the 6'7 senior, and suddenly it's 8-4 Juniata.
Yeah, these teams in this conference are also evenly matched up. That's what makes all these matches and games so good. Everything's so close. Southern Virginia, we've seen them be down before, as we saw last night. They were down by 7. They came back and rallied and won.
Good block by the Knights that time. Little lob there by Juniata. Oh, Tagaloa with a good play there. Almost caught Juniata off guard. And I think we're going to have a net violation against the Knights to give Juniata a 9-4 lead. Juniata's got some good size up there. We talked about Peterson at 6'6", but Bender, number 7, he's 6'7".
Southern Virginia very evenly matched up. We see Lobo out there. Lobo's 6'2".
And Lobo getting into the act with that kill to make it 9-5 as the Knights try to battle back from an early deficit. Biggest deficit so far has been 5. And right now down by 4. Lobo serving. Good block by Southern Virginia as they block the 6'7" Bender to make it 9-6.
See, we may not be the tallest team in the conference, but we sure can jump real high, which really helps out this team as we get a good block right there from Cougar Clark.
And Lobo with a service error, so it is 10-6 Juniata. Knights looking for that spark. Little run of 3 or 4 points. As Fick serves for the Eagles. And Lobo's shot too strong, too far. Lobo thought his shot was deflected. It came close to hitting an Eagle, but according to the refs, it did not touch anybody from Juniata, so the Eagles have that 5-point lead back here at 11-6. Another good strong serve by Juniata. Wilson tries to put it away, blocked by the Eagles. Over to Lobo, blocked again by the Eagles. And Wilson not able to get it over. It is now 12-6 Eagles, and that's their biggest lead so far here in the opening set, and the Knights will take a timeout. So a strong beginning here for the Juniata Eagles after they struggled on the start 2 weeks ago against the Knights in their home floor, losing the first 2 sets and almost losing in straight sets, but able to beat the Knights in 5 sets. But here today in set 1, they're off to a great start, leading 12-6.
Yeah, and this is a good timeout right here by Coach Peterson, as this team just rallied pretty hard right there as they were going back and forth. Juniata just able to get up and get those blocks. Southern Virginia really needing to figure it out, where the holes are in their defense, where to get their hits in. Hopefully they can come back from the 6-point deficit, as we saw them come back from a 7-point deficit last night and come away with a win.
Biggest difference that we've seen so far between Juniata, the opponent today, and Marymount yesterday, and again it's early, we're only about halfway through the first set, is Juniata is in nowhere close to having the amount of service errors that Marymount did on Friday.
Yeah, about this point in the game yesterday, Marymount probably had 10 service errors already. Right. They struggled really hard in the first and third sets.
That gave the Knights last night really an added boost.
Yeah, it seemed like it added probably 10 points to their score alone, which is really a lot of points, especially when you're one of the top teams in the nation. You can't really give up those serves like that. So hopefully Southern Virginia can figure it out right here and come back from this deficit.
So let's see how the Knights respond after that timeout. If they can put together a little charge here, 4 or 5 points in a row, and climb back into this one here in set 1. Joe Fick, the sophomore, serving for Juniata. They go to Cougar Clark, and they give the point to Juniata, I believe. No, they give the point to the Knights. They're going to say it was off a Juniata player. So the Knights get a crucial point to make it 12-7 as the Knights try to climb a little closer with Colby Wilson serving. Peterson with the kill. Good dig there by the Knights. Cougar Clark will get it back over. Not able to make the dig is Aguero. Point for the Eagles, and they continue to hang on to that 6-point lead now at 13-7.
Another good rally from the Knights. Really, really close right there. We saw Cougar Clark come up. Was so close to getting that ball in. Unable from the Aguero.
Service error.
I think that might be their first service error here in the game.
Stapley will check in for the Knights. Service error for the Eagles. Allows the Knights to get a little closer at 13-8. Tagaloa is serving. And his is too far. And it's a service error for the Knights. It is 14-8 Eagles. Knights trailing by 6 here in set 1. Cougar Clark with a little tip over. Blocked by the Knights. The set will go to Yusevich. blocked out of bounds by the Knights. But I believe they're going to say that the Juniata Eagles maybe were in the net, so the point goes to the Knights, 14-9. And again, Nash, here's where the Knights really could use one of those 4 or 5 point runs.
Yeah, they're starting to come around now. 2 points in a row. Hopefully they can keep this streak going with Cougar Clark back there.
Good strong serve by Cougar. There's Peterson with a little tip over. Stapley almost tried to put it away, couldn't. Good dig there by the Knights, and the set will go to Cougar Clark in the back row. They'll tip over, and Juniata able to handle that one.
What a rally right now.
Great save by the Knights, and Lobo just launches it over. Again, a great dig there by Ina. Over to Lobo. And it was not touched by, no, they are going to say it was touched by Juniata as it went out 14-10. And so the Knights have been able to string some points together and have climbed back to within 4 of the Eagles.
That's a good rally right there. Way to come away with the point. Back and forth the whole time. Such a good play. I'm excited to see this one again now.
They go to Peterson. Cougar Clark will get it over. Back line and a miss on the attempted kill by Fick from the back line, and the Knights have now put together at least 3, maybe 4 in a row to get to within 3 here at 14-11. Good strong serve by Cougar. They go to Peterson, blocked by the Knights, and the Knights get the point. So they've been able to block Peterson on the left side of Juniata's line the last few times here, Nash. And Juniata will take a timeout to try to stem this tie that the Knights have going on. They have now climbed to within 2 here in set 1.
Southern Virginia coming back strong. We see they just came back from, I think they were down 9-14. Came back with 3 unanswered points. Doing a good job right now as we look at the stats. Lobo's got 2 kills. Cougar got 1. Mitch has 1. Colby Wilson with 1. But we're seeing a big-time game so far from this whole entire team. They're getting a lot of good hustle plays, a lot of digs, a lot of blocks. They're just all over the place.
And if the Knights can make this comeback and win set 1, it's got to really send a message to Juniata because they were dominating. They had a big 5 or 6 point lead here in set 1. And really had the momentum and a lot of emotion. And boy, if the Knights can come back, I know we got a ways to go here in set number 1, but that would be that would send a message, I should think, to the Eagles today.
Yeah, Juniata knows how good this team is too, as they went down 2-0 last time these 2 teams met, so they know how good Southern Virginia is. They know how they play. Right now, though, Southern Virginia on a hot streak right now, trying to make that deficit a little bit shorter, as they're only down by 2 right now.
We'll try to keep you up to date on other scores. Men's lacrosse in action at Pfeiffer today. Of course, we've got basketball, women's basketball taking place right now at Salisbury. Men's contest at Salisbury later on. Right now in men's lacrosse, it is Southern Virginia 14 and Pfeiffer 8. That would be a big road victory for Southern Virginia. And in basketball, in women's basketball, Salisbury on top of Southern Virginia 66-45. Men's contest, of course, later this afternoon. Ina, that helped by the ceiling there. Otherwise, it would have gone maybe out of play for the Knights. Little tap over. Now Ina will set up Lobo. And a point for Southern Virginia. Peterson not able to make the block. And again, getting back to that point a little earlier at that point, the roof really stopped that ball from going way towards the sideline.
Yeah, that ball went up, kind of got caught in the rafter a little bit and brought that ball back down, able to get the ball back. Ina with the good set. He faked that one like he was going to go straight up, but pushed it back right over to Lobo. Lobo was able to come away with a good kill.
14-13. This is Peterson blocked, but it's blocked out of bounds, and so Juniata will get the point. And the Eagles holding on to the lead here, 15-13. Sean Cavanaugh will serve, 6'2" sophomore from Pennsylvania. Service error, 15-14. We'll see if Juniata, if their service errors start to rise. They have not been a major problem for the Eagles here in set number 1 like they were last night for Marymount.
Yeah, that was only the third one right there. Hopefully for Southern Virginia that they commit a lot more, give them a couple more points.
McEnroe serving. Knights trying to get even, and a kill there by number 20, David Hippner, 6'6", out of Burke, Virginia. He puts his team on top now, 16-14. Knights trying to get a crucial point. And I think we're going to have a double hit on the Knights, which will give the point to the Eagles. It is 17-14, so the Knights in a little bit of a danger zone here, trailing now by 3 after they had gotten within 1 at 15-14. Knights really could use this point. Stapley puts it away.
What a good kill right there by Stapley. Good set, too. Able to come away with another point. Hopefully, Aguero can get a couple good serves right here and bring this lead back for Southern Virginia.
And Aguero will serve with the Knights down by 2. Blocked by the Knights, but blocked out of bounds. So Peterson doing the job for Juniata to make it 18-15 Eagles. Knights really could use that 3 or 4 point run we keep talking about to try to maybe take charge in set 1. They go to Lobo. Oh, the ceiling comes into play. It looked like Chris Herring was going to chase that down by the sideline. It hit the ceiling and came right down in the middle of the court.
That's what we talked about, is this ceiling can play a whole huge factor in this game. As we just saw right there, Juniata kind of didn't know what to do.
No stopping that. Joe Fick had a chance to wind up on the left side. He went left to right, and nobody from Southern Virginia was going to touch that ball.
I think we saw a little bit of fire come off that ball. That ball was crushed.
So it is now 19-16, Juniata by 3. And Fick, who just got that kill, will go ahead and serve. And it's going to be a service error. So it's 19-17, and the Knights are just hanging around right now, down by 2. Colby Wilson will serve. Again, the Knights could use that little run here to try to get even and then maybe take the lead. Peterson puts it away. 20-17, Juniata.
That's just how good Peterson is. He's able to just hit that back corner so precise in his jump, in his hit. Southern Virginia having a hard time stopping that.
Blocked at the net by the Knights. And it'll be the set to the right side to Lobo. He tried to tap it over, couldn't do so. From the back row, it's Aguero. Peterson again. Somehow the Knights were able to get it over, and they get the point with some miscommunication on the Juniata side. Juniata, I guess they were expecting maybe a chance to go up and get the easy kill, and the ball just sailed a little bit further than they were expecting, Nash, and that's a key point for Southern Virginia.
That was a good job right there by Ina. Ina able to get that dig off of Peterson's hit.
20-18. And McEnroe puts it off of Fick's hand. He was not able to get the dig to return that serve, and the Knights are suddenly within 1. Make that Tegaloa with the serve, and Kaipo will serve again, hoping to even the score at 20.
That one just hit Fick's hands wrong, so we saw him kind of grab his hand after.
Good serve there. but it is put away by Hibner, the 6'6" sophomore for Juniata, and he gives the Eagles a 21-19 lead.
Let's give you an update. Marymount just finished their third set against UC Santa Cruz, giving them the sweep 3-0 against UC Santa Cruz. So that's going to look good for the Knights tonight as they go to play
There
UC
is
Santa Cruz.
Yusevich. And how about that kill by Yusevich? And also, I guess if you're a Marymount fan, after they had a disastrous Friday night with service errors, that's pretty good for Marymount to go to Eastern Mennonite and beat Eastern Mennonite and Santa Cruz. So it's a good bounce back day here on this Saturday, Nash, for the Marymount Saints.
Yeah, Marymount came back strong. I guess Southern Virginia put too hard of a win on them.
Point will go to the Knights. It is 21-21. I guess they're going to say that nobody from Southern Virginia touched that ball, and the ball went long. So it is Southern Virginia getting even here at 21-21. What a great comeback by the Knights after they were down by 5 earlier. Clark serving. Cougar, good low serve, headed out of bounds. Knights take the lead.
What a good serve right there by Cougar Clark. Such a hard shot for him.
Timeout, Juniata.
They need a timeout right now. As this Southern Virginia team is so amped up. They're coming back strong. They're not going to give up right here too easy. So this is going to be a fight for Juniata.
And the crowd is starting to fill in the arena here and getting very vocal, which always helps. But right now, the Knights have been able to battle back. They were down earlier by at least 5, maybe 6, and they've been able to climb all the way back to take the lead at 22-21. They still need 3 more points to pull down this victory here in set 1. And as we talked about a few minutes ago, Nash, it would be a huge victory considering the way that in the first half of set 1, Juniata really dominated things.
Yeah, Juniata broke out to a 6-point lead, but Southern Virginia came back strong too. They got a couple points in a row, and then Juniata came back, I think, with only 1 point, and then Southern Virginia came back with, I think, 4 more points. Doing a really good job there, so they're coming back, and you know, they have their lead back, and hopefully they can close out these next 3 points.
And we'll see what the Knights can do after this timeout. Quite often, obviously, when you call a timeout, momentum that is starting to be put together, in this case by Southern Virginia, sometimes a timeout can really kill a team's momentum. We'll see if the Knights can come out on fire here after the Juniata timeout and put away the Eagles here in set 1. Cougar Clark is serving. He would love to get an ace right here. Knights haven't had too many aces of late. They could really use one here to give themselves a bit of a cushion. Knights 3 points away from winning set 1. And here comes the serve by Cougar. Good low serve, a hard serve too. Peterson, little tip over, blocked by the Knights. They go again to Peterson. There's Cougar with the dig and the set for Lobo. Peterson will try again. And the point for Juniata. Peterson that time able to get away from the Knights blockers, and he was able to put it with authority into the second line. And the Knights not able to return that. And we're all even at 22.
Peterson was able to get a good angle on that ball and able to get that one down where Southern Virginia couldn't get it back.
Miss hit on the set by the Knights. Cougar Clark able to get it across strong. Good dig by Ina. Clark with a save, and the Knights get it back across. Who will they set up? They're going to try Lobo. Point to the Knights, 23-22, Southern Virginia.
What a good rally right there. Able to set up Lobo for the kill. Lobo so humble about it too.
Nakanoa's in, he will serve. Love to get an ace right here. Knights need 2 more points to win. Good low serve by Jaron Nakanoa. Peterson gets it across. Now the Knights can set up for the kill. They go to low ball. He puts it away. It is 24-22. It is set point for Southern Virginia.
That's just how good Lobo is. He's able to hit that back line, get that ball in such a hard hit.
Now we'll see if the Knights can put these Eagles away here in set one, and with a great comeback. Peterson blocked, and the Knights take set one, 25-22. Considering Nash, the Knights were trailing earlier by 5, perhaps even 6 points. What a great comeback.
Juniata not really expecting this early from the Knights. The Knights didn't put themselves out of it. They were down 6. They came back, and they came back strong. What a set right there. What the last 4 sets for Southern Virginia, this game and the last 3 sets of last game have just been incredible.
Yeah, like I said, if the Knights can keep on going here and put Juniata away for the match, this would be a huge victory, not just in the conference standings, allowing the Knights to basically tie Eastern Mennonite for second place, and they'd only be a game behind Marymount. But it would continue to add to Southern Virginia's confidence that, again, as we mentioned last night, they can play with anybody.
Yeah, Southern Virginia not holding back from anybody. They're not even a ranked team, and they're coming out and they're competing with the 3 top 10 teams right now. It's gonna be a good game for the rest of this set and the next set if they can close out 2 more, go on another sweep. If they went on a two-game sweep, that's gonna send a message to UC Santa Cruz too, as they're the top team in this 3-team little matchup right here.
You look at the numbers, 4 service errors in that first set for Juniata. Only 2 service errors for the Knights. Now, Juniata didn't have a lot of service errors, but again, they had a few down the stretch that allowed the Knights to make that comeback.
Yeah, that was really, really good for the Knights. As we look at the individual stats, Lobo with 6 kills early. Cougar Clark with 2, Mitch Yusevich with 2.
Cougar Clark, or make that Lobo, had a great hitting percentage too, hitting at 500. So, you know, this guy early on here at least, and we're only a set into this match, but he was basically unstoppable.
Yeah, and we talk about how the hitting percentage is a huge number too. We've said that it's like a batting average in baseball. Yep. So if your batting average is you're hitting
and you look
half the balls, you're doing pretty good.
You look beyond, obviously, Mitch Yusevich, 667, and Rakebarn at 500. Really nobody else, and certainly not on the Juniata side, really with a great hitting percentage. Unlike last night, where both teams had an excellent hitting percentage. The Knights up around 400 for the entire match. And, you know, Marymount had a pretty good hitting percentage last night as well.
Yeah, and we look at Quinn Peterson's, his hitting percentage is only at 176 right now. So he's kind of struggling right there. Southern Virginia able to jump up and get their blocks up against him. We see he has 5 kills. David Hibner has 3. Malin Bender 2. Joe Fick with 2. So we're still seeing a very good game from Juniata. It's going to be another good set as they're looking to come out, and they're going to come out strong. They're not going to hold back at all right here.
So here we go. Knights ready for set number 2, and we'll see if they can get off to a good start, unlike set 1, which they had to rally to win that one. And, of course, last night they trailed Marymount in set 2 and had to have a wild scramble to win set 2, 29-27. And to me, last night, set 2 was really the key to victory for the Knights in that match victory on Friday against Marymount.
Yeah, and that set 2 last night was so good for Southern Virginia as they were down 7. They came back. I think they went on a 5-0 run. Marymount got a point. But then they came back, and they came back really good. And then that kind of just sent the message to Marymount that this team was a lot more than they build themselves up to be. So hopefully they can come away with another set 2 win here against a good Juniata team.
Yeah, Tegaloa will serve here for the Knights to start set 2. Peterson blocked by the Knights. And the point goes to Southern Virginia. And again, just like they did last night against some of Marymount's big hitters, Peterson is getting blocked here early in the match.
Yeah, that was a good block right there. And then able to get the block down as Juniata tried to dig it back over, and we saw Cougar Clark just kind of stare at that ball and smile as he knew it was out.
Service error for the Knights. Makes it 1-1 here in set number 2. And Joe Fick will go ahead and serve for the Juniata Eagles. They go to Yusevich. It is blocked by Juniata. Back row, Fick. Clark setting up Stapley. Good dig there by Southern Virginia. Out of the back row, Lobo. Great dig by Ina. Almost put away by Stapley. Miscommunication on the part of Juniata. Yusevich. And he went off to the right with that hit. And the Eagles take a 2-1 lead.
I think Coach Baker trying to tell Mitch right now, you need to go straight down with that ball. As we saw him kind of go off to the side, trying to get more of an angled hit. But what a couple good digs there from Southern Virginia. We saw Ina get real low to the ground.
We'll try Yusevich again. And the point will go to Yusevich in Southern Virginia as he was able to redeem himself with that kill. And it's all even at 2. Clark will now serve. Blocked by Yusevich. Lobo will get it back, and he puts it over. What a shot by Lobo. What an angle. And he put it not only at a good angle, Nash, but at just the right speed, too.
Yeah, he had that ball going down, and he kind of got down with just enough speed to where their libero could not get to it.
And the Knights take a 3-2 lead. Not able to dig that one was Cougar Clark. As Sean Cavanaugh went from right to left at a good angle for Juniata to even things up here in set 2 at 3. 3-3 now. And the Eagles will serve. Bryce Workman, 6-foot junior, serving for the Eagles. The set for Cougar. And the Knights take the lead back at 4-3.
Good kill there by Cougar Clark. One of the leaders on this team.
McEnroe is in for Yusevich, and McEnroe will go ahead and serve for the Knights on top by 1. Peterson, the roof, the ceiling comes into play and helps the Knights. Knights able to return it again. They go to Lobo. A point for Southern Virginia, and you go back to how the roof, the ceiling, helped the Knights again.
That was like having a 7th player out there that was just sitting up on the ceiling.
Because if that had not happened, there was no way the Knights physically could reach that ball.
Yeah, that ball was going clear back to the back, but the rafter right there saved that ball for Southern Virginia. Whew. What a rally right there.
5-3 Knights. Peterson is blocked by Lobo. And it shows you with that earlier point how the roof sometimes can take it away and sometimes it can give. And Lobo with the block there to give the Knights a 6-3 lead. And now the Knights are really emotionally starting to get into this match.
For those of you watching at home, you can see how intense this Southern Virginia team can get.
Good low serve. Blocked again by Southern Virginia. Looked like that was Stapley along with McColby on the right side. And Juniata's going to take a timeout here, trailing to 7-3. And I think for at least part of this timeout is aimed at just trying to get the crowd to settle down a little bit and maybe just try to settle down the Knights a little bit because emotionally they're at a high right now.
Yeah, they are. They're going wild after we saw that huge rally come off the rafter, just going back and forth, back and forth.
And usually when we think about the ceiling or the rafters, we think about the other team, the ball hits, takes an angle they're not ready for, which we saw earlier in set one for Juniata. But here lately, we have seen the ceiling of the rafters come into positive play for the Knights, where a couple of balls were either headed to the back or to the side at an impossible angle and speed that the Knights would never be able to reach it, and the roof actually angles it back into the court right where the Knights are.
Yeah, that ball was going clear to the back. I didn't think that there was any way the Knights were able to get that point. I thought that was kind of going to end their run right there, but it kind of triggered an even bigger run for Southern Virginia. Hopefully they can keep feeding off that, and this crowd can stay in it and keep Juniata back on their heels, because that's exactly what Southern Virginia is making them do.
You know, and you wonder, too, and it's probably impossible to gauge, Nash, is especially for the opposition, and you're not used to this kind of roof, and to get some cruel twist of fate like we've seen for Juniata here early on, does that maybe put something in the back of their mind about, hey, that ball's headed to the ceiling, what's going to happen? So here we go, Knights on top by 4. We'll see if they can keep it going after the timeout. Peterson, and it's going to be a point for the Knights on a double hit by Juniata. Even Peterson doesn't look like him dominant himself. Early on, he was really authoritatively going ahead with his kills, but now, after being blocked a few times, it looks like he's kind of a little gun shy.
Southern Virginia just doing a really good job of holding him down. They knew how good he was.
And a put away there by Hibner. Good set that time by Juniata to make it 8-4. So the Eagles will serve down by 4. The set to Colby Wilson, little tip over. Good dig by Ina, but the Knights not able to get over to the sidelines to retrieve that one. 8-5. So it is 2 in a row now for the Juniata Eagles, and having that 5-point lead, Nash, what the Knights do not want to have happen is allow Juniata to go 3 or 4 in a row. And there's a service error that helps. 9-5, Southern Virginia in men's lacrosse action. Southern Virginia leading Pfeiffer 20-13. That's in the third period, and in women's basketball, it is still Salisbury on top, 86-69 over Southern Virginia. That's women's basketball. The men's game, of course, will follow.
That's going to be Southern Virginia women's last basketball game of the year. They finished the season out 12-12.
Put away on the kill there by Hibner. And Hibner, the 6'6" sophomore out of Burke, Virginia, has been able to put away a couple of kills. It is now 9-6. The Knights still holding on to a 3-point lead. He's set. Over to Colby Wilson for the kill.
Little misdirection there from the Knights. Able to get Colby Wilson from the back. No one really saw him coming up. They thought it was going to be Cougar Clark right here coming in with the kill, or Lobo. But Colby Wilson just kind of sneaks around the back and was able to get that good kill.
10-6 Knights. Now 10-7 on the kill by Fick. Getting back to that Colby Wilson kill, Nash, as you mentioned, a good set by the Knights, and it also helps to have so many different weapons on that front line.
Yeah, it does. This team's very, very good. They're very versatile, able to have a lot of kills from all the players.
And they're going to try Lobo this time. 11-7. Lobo, so far in this match, has been unstoppable.
Yeah, you can't stop that ball. Once it starts coming down, it's not going to stop. It's going to keep going down. As that's going to be his 8th kill here in the game, in the set.
Colby Wilson serving. Knights on top by 4. Put away by the Knights almost, but the Eagles able to get it back over. Now the Eagles setting things up. Great dig by Colby Wilson. Lobo back line. Point will go on a net violation to Juniata to make it 11-8.
Another good rally from Southern Virginia. As they're still having this 3-point lead, they're going to have to get this ball back and start building up a more comfortable lead, hopefully.
Peterson serving, and a service error. So we haven't seen a whole lot of service errors in this one, but that was a crucial time for the Eagles to get one, as it allows the Knights to hold on to that cushion. A 4-point lead, now 12-8, Southern Virginia, and that was the, I believe, 5th service error on the Eagles.
Yeah, number 5 for the Eagles. As Southern Virginia only has 3 right now. Numbers are stacking up really well as we see 16 kills from Southern Virginia, 15 kills from Juniata, so these teams are still pretty even.
Good serve by Tagaloa. They go to Fick. Good dig by Rekabarin, but Yusevic, it went right by him. He wasn't in a position apparently to get a hand on it to maybe allow the Knights to get it back over, so it's 12-9.
I think Yusevic was thinking that someone was behind him and was able to get that ball to set him up for a kill, but no one really there to help him out.
And another service error, this one by Fick, and that is going to be the 6th service error for Juniata. And that's not a lot of service errors, Nash, like we saw last night, but again, when you're trailing like Juniata is in the set and in the match, you can't really afford any service errors.
And it's paying off for Southern Virginia as these service errors are really going to start to help them.
Cougar Clark serving. Good serve by Cougar. And a block by the Knights as Kavanaugh tried to get it over. Yusevic right there for the block. The Knights now suddenly have a 5-point lead. Still a ways to go, but Southern Virginia's on top here by 5 now.
Still 11 more points for the win, but they're trying to build this comfortable lead so they don't have to scramble a whole lot.
And almost a service ace as it hit the net, got over. Blocked by the Knights again. It was Yusevic. Kind of a weak hit, too, by Kavanaugh for Juniata. And now the Knights have a 6-point lead, and I would imagine another point or two, and the Eagles will take another timeout. Another good serve by Cougar Clark. And Peterson hits. Boy, he has had his game go south in a hurry. He started out very dominant in set 1, and since getting blocked a few times, you wonder if that's all in the back of his mind. Suddenly it's a 7-point lead for the Knights.
You know, and this, as we were saying earlier, their Southern Virginia team is so intense. They're so loud. They're so vocal, communicating with each other. It kind of gets in Juniata's head, I think, as they seem to be struggling here in this second set, especially Peterson. We see him always being dominant.
Clark, strong serve again. Got close to the ceiling that time. And another block by Yusevic.
Yusevic is just racking up his blocks.
And it looks like for some reason Juniata's not calling a timeout. And here we go. They finally will call a timeout. I thought they were maybe going to call it a point or two earlier, Nash, because they've allowed the Knights to go on a big run here to take a 17-9 lead. And still, the Knights still need 8 points to get to 25, but then again, they've got an 8-point lead. They got plenty of cushion where they can go back and forth with points.
Yeah, right now, having total blocks, they have 7 total blocks. Yusevic bringing a huge part of that to Southern Virginia as I think he just had 3 in a row, big-time blocks right there.
Yeah, you look at the block assist category, and it's dominant for the Knights.
Yeah, 12 block assists for Southern Virginia. They're doing really well so far. And another thing too is they've gotten Peterson's head. Peterson's really struggling right now. His hits, his serves are all off.
Yeah, you look at his numbers, his individual numbers. Again, he started out very hot in the first set, and he's got still, I believe, 6 kills. But look at that shooting percentage. It is less than 100 now, as he has had a lot of errors too.
Yeah, Peterson really struggling. This team's hitting percentages right now is at 109. Southern Virginia at 265.
Big difference there.
Still not the best for Southern Virginia, not the best they've done, but still.
Another key category, attack errors. And that's a category where you do not want to be on top, and Juniata's got 13 of those. Knights only have 6.
We're going to see a really good job here from Southern Virginia. They're going to finish this set out hopefully pretty well, and we can go into another set 3. Maybe looking for another sweep.
Yeah, maybe they can really put the old bugaboo into the mind of Juniata. And right now, Juniata is not playing with much enthusiasm or confidence. Clark serving after the timeout by the Eagles. Knights get another point, 18-9. Plus the Knights will have to, I'm sure this will be something Coach Peterson will tell his team, Nash, if they end up winning set 2. Remember 2 weeks ago, we were at Juniata, we were on top 2-0 and lost, so I'm sure they'll be talking about that at least a little bit if they end up winning set 2 here.
Yeah, Southern Virginia not going to give up. They're going to put the throttle down and keep going as hard as they can.
Another block by the Knights.
Good. Whew. Oh my gosh.
Right now it's just dominating. Knights by 10. What a run by Southern Virginia here in set 2.
And this is just the cushion Southern Virginia wanted, because they only have 6 more to go.
Clark serving. Yeah, that one's out. Still a great run, especially with Cougar serving, and it's 19-10 Knights. And right now they just have to make sure that the Eagles don't go on any sort of run. Tagaloa goes to Lobo. What an angle! And it just went out, so the point will go to Juniata. Boy, Lobo didn't miss by much, and he certainly had the right idea.
Yeah, we've seen him go to that before, just a little too hard right there.
19-11. They'll go this time to Stapley, and it's blocked by Juniata. Now Lobo will give it a try, and he's too strong on that shot, but they're going to say it was tipped, I believe, either that or it went in. And that's a key point right there for the Knights to make it 20-11. So now the Knights are only 5 points away from victory.
One thing the Knights are doing a really good job of is when they get those blocks and it stays on their side, they're doing a really good job of digging that ball back up and getting another good rally going, and then coming away with a big-time kill.
Nakanoa to serve. Peterson will try again, and he is blocked again. Blocked by Lobo. Wow, Lobo is just basically dominating Peterson. Peterson, who leads the entire conference in kills, but here in set 2 and even to a certain degree part of set 1, he is just getting blocked left and right.
Lobo so humble about it too, doing so good right now.
And the Knights almost thought they had an ace, but they ruled that it was out, and the point will go to the Eagles to make it 21-12. Still, the Knights in great shape here. They only need 4 more points.
So close right there. I think that one was really debatable right there. But Southern Virginia still with a really comfortable lead, so should be okay.
They'll try Lobo. And it was tipped, I think, by the Eagles. No, they're going to say no. And so the point goes to the Eagles as, again, Lobo tried to go down the line to the right and missed. And there was no touch on at all by the Juniata Eagles. So here we go, 21-13. Good play by Tagaloa, and there was, I guess, a net violation on the part of Juniata to make it 22-13. That was a great play by Tagaloa to bring it back to a teammate.
Yeah, that kind of faked me out too. I thought that ball was going to go over. I didn't think he was going to go up and touch that ball, but kind of faked out the Juniata defender as he went up to go spike it back down. Kaipo doing a good job of bringing that ball back.
And it'll be a service error on the part of Noel Aguera. 22-14. Knights have not had too many service errors today so far, and they've got an 8-point lead. They only need 3 more points for a set 2 win. Tagaloa goes to Kobe Wilson. And Juniata gets it over to Peterson. But Peterson missed badly. There was no touch on the part of the Knights. It is 23-14. Peterson, boy, is he struggling big time or what?
Yeah, and they're going to take him out right now, sit him down, calm him down. Hopefully when he comes back, he can come back and play the game that he's used to playing.
Here comes the serve by Lobo. Knights need 2 more points. Great play by Lobo to get a hold on that ball. They'll go to Cougar. And a point for the Knights. It was touched by Juniata out of bounds. Knights 24-14. And it is set point.
What a save there. Lobo able to get the ball back. Kaipo going with the cross-court set for Cougar Clark to go up and get the point.
Lobo hit the net on that serve. And Juniata saw it hit the ceiling for the point. Another ceiling point for the Knights.
Those speakers right there just sticking out a little bit as he went to set it up. Came right back down. This ceiling, oh my gosh, what a factor.
We have seen the ceiling come into play by my memory 4 points now, Nash. 2 where it has hurt Juniata and 2 where it's saved Southern Virginia.
Yeah, so right now this roof is playing as the 7th player right now for Southern Virginia. Doing a good job right now. We look at their stats. We got 10 kills from Lobo. He has just taken over Peterson's game right now. He's shut him down. He's there, able to block the ball, get in the way. Yusevich, 4 kills. Cougar Clark, 4 kills.
And 10 kills for Lobo, as you talked about. Not only has he stopped Peterson on the defensive end, but offensively, except for a couple of misses trying to go down the side, he's been unstoppable.
Yeah, he's doing awesome right now. We look at the total blocks, 11.5 blocks for Southern Virginia against Juniata's 2 blocks. What a difference that is. What a difference it's made in this game so far. We're going to go into a set 3 and look for another sweep.
And so the Knights have the big lead here. They won set 1, 25-22, and they dominated in set 2, 25-14. And I'm sure Coach Peterson was telling his team, we were on top 2-0 against Juniata 2 weeks ago at their place in sets, and we ended up losing 3-2. Let's put it away here in the upcoming set 3.
Yeah, they're going to come back, and they're going to come back strong, and they're going to feed off that last set win, and they're going to come out. They don't want to lose another 2-0 lead against Juniata, so they're going to come out, and hopefully they're going to put this one away.
So again, the Knights victorious in the first couple of sets. They need 1 more for a match victory. We are at halftime here at the Knight Sports Arena in this volleyball match, and we'll come back for set 3 in just a few minutes, so stay with us.
Anybody who wants to try can come out right now. This is going to be for a Subway gift card. You have to serve it behind the line, make it in the bin. And we're going to do 2 at a time today. Please, no throwing the balls. This is the serve challenge. I'm talking to you, Jake. Close, but no cigar. No throwing. go 1 more minute. Knights fans, an update on the men's lacrosse game. With 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter, your Southern Virginia Knights 23, Pfeiffer 17.
Jim Bresnahan, Nash Jones back here at the Knight Sports Arena getting ready for set number 3 as the Knights are trying to take out another top 10 team. They beat Marymount, number 5 in the country yesterday, and right now the Knights are trying to knock off Juniata and not only beat another top 10 team, Nash, but they are trying to go to 4-2 in the Continental Volleyball Conference and take, at least in a tie, second place in the conference. It would be a huge conference win over Juniata today because they would then be a game ahead of Juniata. And this would be another statement victory if the Knights can go ahead and put it away. Right now they lead 2-0, but 2 weeks ago at Juniata they also got on top 2-0 in sets and lost in 5 sets. So I'm sure that was mentioned probably a little bit in the locker room, and now the Knights are hoping to really do what they did last night against Marymount and put it away here in set 3.
Yeah, and hopefully we can have another set like we did just barely as we won 25-14.
Stapley is blocked by Juniata, and just like that, the Eagles jump on top here at 1-0.
You know, that's a good bounce back for Juniata. Come out of the break right there and come out strong. Peterson coming out and getting a couple good serves.
But that one's going to be a service error. I believe that is the 8th service error so far for Juniata today. The Knights have 6. It is 1-1. And Cougar Clark will serve. Clark with a great serve. It is 2-1. Knights take their first lead here of set 3 by 1 point.
What a good serve there by Cougar Clark, able to get that ball down low.
Another good serve by Cougar. Now the Knights can set it up, and they'll go to Lobo.
That's our first ball, Jim, that we've gotten.
Knights take the lead 3-1. I saw it coming.
What a good play right there. Cougar has such a hard serve, able to get it back. Lobo. Oh, you can't stop that ball once it starts coming down.
Lobo remains unstoppable today, and it's 3-1. Knights on top by 2. Cougar Clark serving. That one's too strong. It's 3-2. Still, the Knights have their first lead here of set 3. On top, 2-0 in sets. And now Fick will go ahead and serve for the Eagles. Tagaloa will set up Lobo. And a little too far on that set. Lobo was forced to try it with his left hand, just had nothing on it. And we're all even at 3. They'll go to Lobo this time. It is blocked by Juniata. Tagaloa setting up Stapley. And it's going to be a violation on the Knights. It is 4-3. Juniata, they've been able to put together 3 straight points to go from 3-1 down to a 4-3 lead.
You know, Southern Virginia, they can get down. They won't be worried as we've seen them come back from deficits.
Tagaloa, Cougar Clark. Good dig there. Ina setting up from the back row, Cougar Clark. Cougar had the dig but didn't have much on it. And so now that is 4 points in a row for Juniata.
Cougar unable to get that ball back up. That ball was hit hard. Those type of balls are hard to dig back up when you're in that position.
Cougar from the back row, blocked by Juniata. And the Knights might need a timeout here shortly. It is now 6-3 Juniata. That's 5 straight points by the Eagles. Fick continuing to serve for Juniata. And a service error makes it 6-4. So the Knights really could use that gift by the Eagles. And now McEnroe will check in to serve as the Knights are looking for a little bit of a run themselves. Before that service error, the Eagles had 5 points in a row. The Knights would like to get 3 or 4 in a row themselves.
Yeah, that was a good break right there. Able to cut their lead. Hopefully they can get a little spark right here and get on a little run.
Blocked by the Knights. Miss hit by Southern Virginia. They're going to have to get it back over quickly. They do. A little push there by Juniata. Lobo, and it's dug out by the Eagles. Great dig there by Southern Virginia. What a run this has been. Somehow the Knights get it back over. But not that time, and Juniata racks up the point to go to 7-4.
What a rally that was, back and forth. People diving, going all over the place. Southern Virginia, they can be proud with that little rally right there. They stayed in it, they did a good job. Feed off that a little bit, and that's what's going to get a little spark going.
It is right now a 7-4 lead for Juniata. The Knights led early 3-1. Juniata has taken charge since then, outscoring the Knights 6-1. And Workman, the 6-foot junior for Juniata, getting ready to serve. Tagaloa sets up Colby Wilson for a quick one.
What a good kill right there by Colby Wilson getting up.
Sometimes it really does help, Nash, to set not the third shot, but set up the kill for the second shot.
Yeah, that kind of throws everybody off. It kind of threw me off. I was waiting for Colby Wilson to kind of come up, maybe set up Lobo, but Colby just takes it himself and gets a good point for the Knights.
Good strong serve by Aguero. Blocked by the Knights. And it's going to be via 4 hits, it is the call on Juniata. And it's 7-6 now as the Knights are within 1 here in set 3.
Yeah, I don't think that was more of a block on Southern Virginia's end. I think the ball went straight into the net, and that's what gave them the 4th hit.
And it's out. The Knights get the point, tie it at 7. Almost a service ace by the Knights. Peterson, and they're going to say it just got the line to make it 8-7. That almost went out.
Peterson figured it out right there, able to get that one in the back corner.
8-7, Juniata back on top. And Lobo. That time they were able to stop Lobo's kill shot, and the push shot down the line is too strong. It's 8-8. This is Peterson. He's able to put it away left to right. He got a good set, and Quinn Peterson getting the kill to make it 9-8. Juniata back on top by 1.
That's going to be Peterson's 8th kill here in this game.
And a service error. Eagles continue to put together a few service errors, allowing the Knights to stay close here, all even at 9 in set number 3. Colby Wilson to serve. Knights trying to take the lead here in set number 3. Good low serve by Colby. Peterson is too strong on that kill attempt. Knights take the lead here 10-9.
Peterson's still struggling. We see him get a couple good hits and get a couple good points. We saw him hit a back corner shot. That time he went for it again, just went too long.
Great time of the set for the Knights to try to go on a run, but a service error by Colby makes it 10-10. Knights have not had too many service errors today, but that one came at a crucial time. It was the 10th or the 7th service error. Juniata's got 10. And now the Eagles will serve in a 10-10 score here in set 3. Tegaloa to Cougar, blocked. A block by Juniata, and the Eagles have the lead back now at 11-10.
That was Bender with the block, the 6'7" senior. That's kind of a different matchup right there as you see him get up 6'7" versus a 5'10" Cougar Clark.
Tegaloa, Yusevic is blocked. Now they'll try Cougar on the left side. Point for the Knights. It is 11-11.
Good job right there by Southern Virginia. Coming back from the blocked shot, able to get it back up to Cougar. Cougar Clark's the type of player that shows you don't have to be tall. Be the tallest person on the court to be a volleyball player. He's only a 5'10" player, but has the hops to get up and over the net.
Peterson going right to left, but he missed it. And so the Knights had the lead back at 12-11. So with Kaipo Tegaloa serving here, the Knights on top now by 1. Knights are trying to get that little run going here, which will give them a cushion and put them in good shape to win this match. Cougar Clark puts it away. It is 13-11.
Oh my gosh, that ball was destroyed by Cougar Clark. He was there. Juniata set him up for that spike right there.
And he never got into the net like maybe Juniata was thinking about.
He just demolished that ball. That's definitely a top play here in this set.
Tegaloa gets the ace. It is 14-11, and I would imagine 1 or 2 more points, and the Eagles will take a timeout to try to stop a little run here by the Knights. They've taken a 3-point lead. Tegaloa getting ready to serve. Another good serve by Kaipo. Good dig by Lobo. Lobo tries to put it away but goes too strong. It is 14-12.
This is the break that the Eagles needed right here.
Peterson will serve here for the Eagles. Knights lead by 2 in set 3. They won the first 2 sets. Tegaloa got in a little bit too close to the net. And so it is 14-13. Eagles on a 2-0 run here to go from 3 down to only to 1 down. And the Knights will try to stop this run with Peterson serving. I think they're going to say we had some sort of movement before the serve, and the point will go to Juniata. And so the Eagles have now tied it at 14.
The Eagles looking to feed off these 2 violations from the Knights.
14-14. Peterson serving. And Kaipo just got it over to Yusevic. He tries for the back row and missed it. And that's 4 points in a row now for the Eagles to make it 15-14. And now suddenly you start thinking about Southern Virginia maybe taking a timeout. It was 14-11, and you wondered about maybe Juniata taking a timeout if the Knights got another point or 2. But suddenly the Knights have given up 4 points in a row. Good block by the Knights. They'll go to Stapley. Blocked by Juniata. Now they'll go to Cougar Clark. He puts it away. It is 15-15.
Cougars so dominant here on this court. What a good set. Cross-court set from Kaipo.
Here comes Cougar to serve. He's trying to give his team a little bit of a run after the Eagles went on a run to go from 3 down to 1 up. Now we're tied. So miscommunication for the Eagles. Blocked by the Knights. Fick was blocked by Yusevic. Stapley right there as well. The Knights on a 2-0 run, and they have taken the lead back at 16-15.
Yusevic just racking up the blocks for Southern Virginia. That's Southern Virginia's 12th and a half block in this game.
Clark serving, 1-point lead for the Knights. Another good serve by Cougar. Peterson just lobs it over for the Eagles. They'll go to Lobo. Peterson gets the kill, and we're even at 16.
Yeah, good communication on the Juniata side right there. Able to get the backwards set up Peterson for a good kill right there.
16-16. The Knights won the first set 25-22. They won set 2 25-14. All even here in set 3. Tagaloa setting up Lobo, and he tried to go from left to right and went into the net instead into 17-16 Eagles.
Lobo going for that, kind of diagonal hit right there, coming kind of towards us, trying to hit it, but unable to get it over the net as he kind of was trying to get it right down the net.
Fick serving. Knights now trail by 1. Yusevic, and a great kill by Yusevic as Heron was not able to get the dig for Juniata, and it is now 17-17 as McAnoa will check in, and he will go ahead and serve in an even third set, 17-17.
Juniata almost just got a break right there. Could have hit off the backboard of the basketball hoop and brought that ball back in, as one of the Juniata players thought that was going to happen, but hit off the side and was able to give Southern Virginia another point.
McAnoa serving. Peterson puts it away. Knights not able to get the dig. 18-17. Eagles back on top by 1. McAnoa is out. Ina's back in for the Knights. It is a 1-point lead for Juniata. Workman to serve. Wilson tried to put it away, but it's blocked by Hibner, and now Juniata's got a 2-point lead at 19-17. The Knights really need this point. They don't want to fall behind by 3, and they really don't want Juniata to get this set and start thinking about another comeback like 2 weeks ago. And that's going to be a service error. It is 19-18. And now we'll see if the Knights can try to put together a 3 or 4 point run that would put them in position to win this set and win this match.
I think that's going to be number 11 for the service errors for this Juniata team. That was just the break that Southern Virginia needed. As Aguero's going to look to bring his team back into it right here.
Good strong serve. Wilson, the Cougar Clark. He gets it back over. But here comes the kill attempt. And the Knights have 4 hits, so the point will go to Juniata. And now the Eagles have a 20-18 lead. Knights have just not been able to put together a little run here to take charge of set 3, and as a result, the Eagles have a 2-point lead. That almost was a service error. Colby Wilson tried to put it away, couldn't. Blocked by the Knights, tipped over. Now the Knights can set up the kill for Colby Wilson. And a great dig by Juniata. Knights will try to go to Lobo. And it is going to be put back over by Juniata somehow. The Knights cannot put it away quickly. Ina to Lobo. Good low shot by Lobo. And the Knights wind up getting that point. That was a big point for the Knights to get.
What a rally that was right there. Juniata was all over the place. Such hustle from them. Also, great digs coming from Juniata and from Southern Virginia. Southern Virginia just able to come away with that point right there, cutting this lead down, hoping to bring it back.
Lobo serving. Great dig by Ina. And the Knights not able to get that point as Peterson was able to outreach the Knights for that ball and get the kill. And it is now 21-19 Eagles. Lacinko, the 6'3" senior, serving here. Knights really struggling to get a good kill off. Cougar Clark is too strong on that kill. Now the Knights may need a timeout, and they're going to take a timeout, trailing 22-19. So it's 22-19 now, Nash, and the Eagles seemingly have taken charge here in set 3, although they still need 3 more points for the set victory.
Yeah, they need to figure it out right here, being down 3. They've been in this position. They were in this position last night in the second set.
Yep.
They were down going in. Marymount was only up by, I think it was just 3 points too, but Southern Virginia came back. They ended up winning that set 29-27. So,
yeah, it was 24-21, Marymount.
Yeah, so hopefully they can come back right here, get a couple of good points going. We saw right there, Cougar Clark just kind of hit it off the top of his hand, so it went a little long. Hopefully they can come back right now and close this sweep out so that they don't have to stay here for too long. And then they can rest up and play a good game against UC Santa Cruz till later today.
And again, 2 weeks ago, they were leading Juniata 2-0 in sets and ended up losing 3-2. They don't want to give Juniata any further ideas about trying to repeat that here in Buena Vista 2 weeks later. So we'll see if the Knights can turn set 3 around, or if Juniata is going to go ahead and capture set 3 and force us to play a 4th set here today. Eagles are getting ready to serve. Lacinko, the 6'3" senior, to serve here. Eagles have had 11 service errors today. They go to Lobo from the back row. A big point there for the Knights to make it 22-20, and now the Knights will try to put together their own little run to come from 2 points down and maybe take the lead as Colby Wilson will serve here for the Knights.
They got Mitch Yusevich back in. Hopefully he can help out too.
Knights not able to return that one. Fick got the kill for Juniata. It is 23-20.
Give you an update from men's lacrosse. Southern Virginia winning their matchup against Pfeiffer 24-20. So big time win on the road for Southern Virginia.
Congratulations to Jason Lamb and the Knights men's lacrosse team getting that road victory today. See if the Knights can get this point. Yusevich puts it away. 23-21. And right now, the Knights just need a 4-0 run to take this match. 4 points from victory for the match. And Juniata is only 2 points away from winning the set. And so a timeout by Juniata. They want to talk it over. They want to make sure that Southern Virginia does not go on a run here to end the set and basically end the match.
And the one who's going to help them go on the run too is going to be Kaipos. He's going to be the one serving right now. He's one of the better servers on this team. He's going to help out a lot too, and they're going to look to set up Lobo and Cougar Clark probably a lot. As we saw Mitch Yusevich come in with a big-time kill right there.
Yep.
Hopefully we can see him too. Maybe get a couple good blocks and help out this Southern Virginia team.
Another guy who's really turned it around for Juniata is Peterson. He has been able to get a few kills here in set 3, and he is playing drastically different here in set 3 than he was in set 2.
Yeah, he has 10 total kills right now. He's doing a lot better, helping his team out, bringing this lead up. Hopefully, Southern Virginia can look to shut him down again as they're only down 2 and they need 4 more to go.
Unlike last night where both teams had pretty good hitting percentages, both teams today really struggling in that area.
Yeah, it's Juniata .041 on the hitting percentage. Southern Virginia at 120. So yeah, both teams really struggling out here. As we saw yesterday, they did a lot better. They were in the 400 range. Kaipo is going to look to bring his team back right now.
So Kaipo Taigaloa serving here with the Knights, trailing by 2. And a service error, which the Knights could not afford. That is going to be their 9th service error of the match. And now it is set point for Juniata.
Southern Virginia is now going to need 6 straight points if they're going to look to close this one out.
And Clark, with some help from the ceiling, makes it 24-22.
Yeah, that's going to be Chris Herron as he looked up and saw that ball bounce around a couple times on the ceiling. I saw him mouth the words. He's like, that ceiling, oh my gosh.
So the ceiling helps the Knights again. Now we'll see if they can take advantage of it. They are 4 points away from victory, but it's also a set point. It's only a point away for Juniata to win the set. Cougar Clark would love to get the ace, wants to avoid the service error. Good low serve. Good dig there by Ina, but the Knights could not return it. And it's 25-22 as Juniata wins set number 3. And so we're going to go to a 4th set as Juniata able to make the comeback and pick up a 3rd set victory after the Knights had won the first 2 sets, 25-22 and 25-14. And so we'll go to the 4th set as Juniata is trying to make the comeback like they did 2 weeks ago against the Knights at Juniata when they trailed 2-0 in sets and came back to win set 3, 4, and 5 to win the match.
Yeah, and we saw right there in that last point, this ceiling's been helping Southern Virginia out right there. Too much spin on the ball, kind of touched the ceiling a little bit and shot it back down into the net. Kaipo wasn't able to get that one back, but they're going to look to come back in this set right here. They want to close this one out. They don't want to have another repeat of their last match with Juniata where they came back from down 2-0 and brought it back and won 3-2. So they're really going to want to bring this one back. They don't want to repeat.
And I'm sure that, as you mentioned earlier, they wouldn't mind maybe taking a little bit of a break, getting ready for Santa Cruz tonight at 7 o'clock. Don't forget, they'll be taking on UC Santa Cruz. That'll be a non-conference match for the Knights. That'll be 7 o'clock tonight. We'll have that one for you as the Knights are hoping to go to 7-4 if they can beat Juniata today. And if they can beat Santa Cruz tonight, then they would improve that record to 8-4 on the season.
We look at the men's basketball, their last game of the year. They're playing against Salisbury. They're up 27-23 right now with 6 minutes left in the first half. So big-time game so far from them. Cale Thornton racking up 16 points already in the first half. Kellen Winslow with 6. Justin Prisby with 4. Cale looks to be going off right now. 7 of 8 from the field. 2 of 2 free throws. Southern Virginia really looking to come away with a big-time win.
And, of course, as you mentioned earlier, this is the final game of the 2017-18 basketball season for both the men and the women.
Yeah, and this will be Coach Caputo's last game of his Southern Virginia basketball career.
Of course, he was honored here on Wednesday, the final home game, and what a tremendous coaching career he has had here at Southern Virginia University.
Yeah, as he's coached a lot of different sports here at Southern Virginia. Really been a great man here at Southern Virginia. We love Coach Caputo here. We're really going to miss him on and off the court. Hopefully, Southern Virginia can come away with this big-time win tonight at Salisbury and give Coach Caputo a farewell win for his last game.
So the question asked becomes here for set number 4, who will have the momentum coming out early on in set 4? Will it be Juniata, maybe thinking they can do exactly what they did 2 weeks ago and come from behind 2-0 to win in basically 3-2, or will the Knights put a stop to that with a good start here in set 4, because they did not start very well in set 3. They fell behind. They tried to make a comeback. They just were not able to do so.
You know, Southern Virginia coming out with a lot of intensity so far. As we see this team, they're still smiling. They're still in this game. They still want to win. They're not out. Don't count them out just yet, as they're only up 2-1 right now. They're going to look to close it out right here in this set. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they can get a big-time win against a very, very good Juniata team.
And they don't want to go to a set 5, because in set 5, You go to 15 points, not 25, and it's obviously a shortened game at that point, a shortened set, Nash. And at that point, when you're only going to 15 and not 25, a bad start in a set 5 will kill you.
Yeah, and especially when you're only going to 15, as we've seen this team be at 15 where the other team's probably around the 20 range, and they can make a comeback from it, but with those shorter games, it makes it hard for more of those comebacks.
So here we go. Cougar Clark will serve to start set 4. Knights trying to find the energy with a block there. Peterson, a block, but it was not returnable for the Knights. And so it's 1-0, Juniata.
Peterson figuring it out right there, coming away with a big-time kill.
Fick serving for the Eagles. Vucevic. Ina having to go way back to return that one. A little tip over by Cougar Clark. Almost caught the Eagles napping. And they'll go to Lobo for the point.
Lobo with that diagonal hit again.
Now, well, Reka Morin doing a great job, not only getting up, Nash, but angling his body in such a way that he's able to put it exactly where he wants to.
Yeah, angling his body, putting his hand a different way too, kind of angling it in a little bit. Able to get it right down the net.
Nakanoa will serve. Knights all even at 1 here in set 4. And Fick with the kill. 2-1, Eagles. Workman will serve for Juniata. The set for Stapley. He gets the point on the right side, and it ties it at 2.
Good job by Stapley right there. Able to come away with a good point for Southern Virginia.
Now, Will Aguero is in, and he will go ahead and serve with the Knights even at 2 here in set number 4. Knuckler there on that serve from Aguero. And a good placement on the kill by Vasinko. He tapped it over where there was no one for the Knights. And the Eagles are back on top here, 3-2.
Yeah, Vasinko, the senior from Pennsylvania, doing a good job right there. He saw the hole in the defense right there, able just to push it on over.
Matt Schaefer, the sophomore, serving for the Eagles. They'll go to Colby Wilson, and it's blocked. Good save there by Ina. Knights will get it back over, but now here comes the kill attempt. Put away by Hibner. Cougar Clark not able to make the dig, and now the Eagles have a 2-point lead.
One thing that helps out Hibner right there is Hibner, a 6'6" sophomore, has a lot of jump to his height too, so he can get up and get a good angle down on the ball.
They'll go to Lobo, and he pops it over. Peterson, great dig by the Knights. Knights get it back across. And they're going to call that a point for Southern Virginia to make it 4-3. They were really battling that time, Nash, at the net.
We had a good dig by Kaipo as he went to the floor. 2 of them went to the floor trying to dig that ball up, but I think it was Kaipo that came away with the dig.
Peterson not able to get the kill. Tegaloa sets up Cougar, and he is able to get his kill shot to go to even things up at 4 as the Knights battle back here in set number 4.
Cougar, such an intense team member on this team, coming in with a big-time kill right there.
Lobo serving, even up here in set 4. Now the Knights can set up for the kill as Tegaloa to Ina, who pops it across. And Aguero not able to go down there and get that dig, and as a result, it is now 5-4 Juniata.
We saw Southern Virginia try to go with some trickery right there as they set up for a spike, but Ina came in and just kind of popped that ball back over, but Juniata not fazed by it and able to come away with a big-time point right there.
1 point lead for the Eagles. Cougar Clark, 5-5. One thing we haven't seen today, like we saw last night, is service errors really not much of a factor at all for either team. Really hasn't decided too much like last night with Marymount, was just plagued by service errors from start to finish.
Yeah, we're in the fourth set right here, and service errors are Southern Virginia 9, Juniata 11.
Knights get the point though, and the Knights
looks like it was
take
a miss
their
hit.
first lead here in set 4, 6-5.
Miss hit from Juniata right there, gave Southern Virginia the edge.
Colby Wilson will serve. Knights get it back across as Fick almost got the kill. Peterson gets the kill. Knights not able to get the block. It is 6-6. Except for set 2, which was 25-14 Knights, we've had some really close action. Yusevich, but he's too strong on that kill attempt, and the Eagles go back on top 7-6.
Southern Virginia going to really need to figure it out here. Only down 1, but, you know, any deficit is not good for any team.
Yusevich puts it down for the kill. Not really a whole lot of power behind it, but great placement, and the Knights tie things at 7.
Good play there by Yusevich, able to get that ball just kind of a touch, kind of a push. Got it down in the right spot in the hole of the defense.
Paipo Tagaloa serving now for the Knights in a 7-7 set 4. Good low serve by Capio. But a point for the Eagles, and Juniata takes the lead back at 8-7. Peterson serving. Hits the net, goes over. Yusevich, little tip. Fick is blocked. And they're going to say blocked out of bounds. Point will go to the Eagles. It is 9-7, Juniata.
Good little rally right there. Tough that Southern Virginia was unable to come away with. There's a big time block, unable to stay in bounds though.
Tagaloa over to Lobo, great placement, and it's going to go for the Knights.
What a play that was. That threw me off. I thought he was going to come in and just destroy that ball. Just got a little touch over, nice placement.
Great effort too by Juniata to try to get it back across, but Peterson, the last guy to touch it, just did not have enough power to get it over the net. It's 9-8.
Yeah, Peterson was already on the ground and dove for that ball again. Would have been a spectacular play if it went over, but good play right there by Lobo.
Cougar serving for the Knights. And the Knights get the point. Good strong serve by Cougar Clark. And it's 9-9.
And this is what Southern Virginia needs right here. A couple good serves. Cougar Clark so versatile back there at the serving position.
Knights are trying to put Juniata away, something they could not do 2 weeks ago on the road. Clark, another strong serve. Oh, what a shot by Bender. And it's 10-9 Eagles.
As we talked about him, 6'7", so tall, able to get it up and over.
So the Eagles are back on top here, 10-9. And Fick will serve for Juniata. The set for Lobo, blocked, and it's going to go out of bounds, and so the point will go to the Knights. And Southern Virginia has tied it at 10. And Nakanoa will check in to replace Yusevich. And McEnroe will go ahead and serve as the Knights have even things here at 10. And just like last set, looking for that 4 or 5 point run that would give them a bit of a cushion. Fick will make that Bender able to get the quick kill, and it gives Juniata the lead back at 11-10. Eagles by 1.
Bender just able to jump up so high and push that ball right down in a very downwards angle.
Low serve by Workman, gets across. Tagaloa sets up Stapley for the kill, and we are even at 11.
Good play there by Stapley. That's going to be his 3rd kill of the game. We look more Lobo with 15, Cougar Clark with 10, Yusevich with 7, Colby Wilson, Stapley with 3, and Kaipo with 1.
And Aguero serving. And the point will go to the Eagles to make it 12-11. Matt Schaefer, sophomore, serving for Juniata. They lead 12-11 here in set 4. Cougar Clark from the back row gets the point. It's 12-12. Knights won the first set 25-22. They dominated in set 2 25-14. Lost set 3 25-22. 12-12 now in set 4. Rachel Barron will serve. Lobo with the serve. Miss hit there by Juniata. And a net violation goes against Cougar Clark to make it 13-12 Eagles. It's a 1-point lead for Juniata. Knights not able to return that serve as Aguero couldn't get to it. And the Eagles have a 14-12 lead now.
It would have been a crazy play if Kaipo could have got all the way behind the chairs, able to bring that ball back, but good play there by Juniata, taking this lead up back to 2.
Colby Wilson with the block. But it's put away by Fick. And suddenly it's a 3-point lead for Juniata. They have taken charge, at least for the time being. They lead 15-12, and a timeout is going to be taken by the Knights. So it's kind of a dangerous situation here for the Knights. They jumped on top early, winning the first 2 sets. They lost set 3, 25-22. They now trail 15-12 in set 4. We talked about it, especially after what happened 2 weeks ago. We do not want to see this come down to a 5th set and see Juniata be in a position to basically do what they did against the Knights 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, no, this is a good timeout right here. They're gonna bring that up in their timeout right now. They do not want to get down here. Down by 3 as they look to come back. We looked at the stats again. Total blocks, 12.5 steals. Juniata at 7. 42 digs for Southern Virginia. Southern Virginia has been doing a really good job of digging that ball back up. We've seen a lot of hustle out of them. We see 40 kills from Southern Virginia, 41 kills from Juniata.
You know, as we talked about last night, the Knights and Marymount played some close match sets, but you know, Marymount helped the Knights at times with some service errors, and Juniata has not been doing that today.
Yeah, both teams. Juniata 11 service errors, Southern Virginia 9. Their hitting percentages too. Juniata's has come back up a little bit more as we see them kind of take this lead, but Southern Virginia's stayed the same at 187 a little bit. Quinn Peterson's done a really good job so far coming back, and Joe Fick, and Hibner and Bender. We've seen Bender with some big-time kills here in this game, and hopefully Southern Virginia can bring it back.
But the Knights not able, they got that one down. They were able to return that one and sneak it in. And a good return by the Knights gets them the point to make it 15-13. And now Yusevich will be in to replace Makanoa. Wilson will serve, and the Knights are looking for that 3 or 4 point run that would give them the lead here in set number 4. Wilson, though, with the error. Knights have not had too many errors, but when you're trailing here in set 4, you don't want any errors, and that'll be, I believe, the 9th service error for the Knights today. And so now they trail again by 3, 16-13. See if the Knights can get the kill here. Yusevich does. 16-14. Now we'll see again if the Knights are capable here in set 4 of putting together a little streak to put them on top.
What a strong kill right there from Yusevich. So much authority on that ball.
Pegaloa, good low serve. Peterson, and he puts it away. 17-14. Knights are trying to get over the hump and beat Juniata. And right now the Eagles have the lead here as they try to even up this match with a set 4 victory. They'll try. Aguero blocked out of bounds. 17-15. And again here, Nash, the Knights are looking to maybe put together a little run of 3 or 4 points.
Yeah, and right now we got Cougar Clark back to go. He's going to get a couple good serves here, hopefully, because he's one of the more dominant servers on this team.
Clark to serve. Knights down by 2. He got it on the net. And Juniata got it to Fick, blocked by the Knights. They'll try Peterson, and he was able to get it past the blockers. That was something Peterson was not doing in set 2. In the last 2 sets, he's been, to a certain degree, Nash, he's been unstoppable.
Yeah, they've done a good job so far. Juniata's starting to figure it out more.
18-15, back to a 3-point lead for the Eagles. Knights trying to stop Juniata from going on top by 4 points. Lobo puts it away with the kill. It's 18-16. And again, the Knights will try to put together a little run here with the serve. Makanoa checking in for Yusevich to serve.
Another big time kill from Lobo. I think that's going to be number 16, I think, for him. Good job so far from Lobo. He's kind of bringing this game back.
Makanoa serving. Out, though. Service error for the Knights, one they could not afford. They trail again, 19-16. They are just not able to put together any kind of run right now here in set number 4.
Makanoa just unable to get that ball on the good part of his hand as it went off kind of the side and gave Southern Virginia, I think, their 11th service error.
Set this time for Lobo. Net violation for the Eagles makes it 19-17. Aguero for Stapley. And Aguero to serve with the Knights still trailing here by 2. It'll go to Lobo. Peterson. And I think we have a violation, net violation on Lobo. 20-17. 3-point lead again for the Eagles. Knights trying desperately to avoid having to go to a 5th set again with Juniata.
You think if Juniata maybe gets up 4 or 5, Southern Virginia might have to call another timeout and figure things out.
They'll try Lobo again. And they're going to say no touch by Juniata. Point to the Eagles. 21-17. Timeout going to be taken by the Knights. They are down by 4. And the Knights really dominated, especially in set 2, 25-14. They had a 2-0 lead in sets, and it looked like it was going their way. You get the big 10-minute break in between set 2 and set 3. And the Eagles come back and gut out that victory in set 3, 25-22. And now they've got a 21-17 lead here in set 4. And if they go on to win set 4, we will go to a 5th and deciding set that will go to 15 points. And the Knights run the risk of doing exactly what they did 2 weeks ago against Juniata, and that was being up 2-0 in sets and losing potentially 3-2.
Yeah, and Juniata probably had some good words at halftime. Probably telling their coach, telling their guys, hey, we've done this before. We've been down 2-0. We can come back from this. We can come win this. And
although, it's amazing still, Nash, because the Knights not only won that second set 25-14, but it just looked like the confidence level for Juniata, especially Peterson, number 12, their kill artist, was non-existent.
Yeah, Peterson was not even, it didn't even seem like he was playing in that second set.
Yeah.
Because he has 12 kills right now. So Juniata really starting to figure it out right now. Hopefully Southern Virginia can figure it out themselves and come back from being down 4. And they've done this before, though. They've been in this position. They know how to come back. They'll be just fine. Hopefully we can see a couple good rallies, a couple good kills. We're going to see right now Juniata serving this ball.
Safer serving. We'll try Lobo again. And he gets the kill, 21-18. And so the Knights pulled within 3. But every time the Knights have been able to pick up a point here lately in set 4, they've not been able to go on a run. We'll see if they can turn it around here with Lobo serving. Peterson. Good dig by the Knights. Clark gets it back over. And it is out on the shot attempt by Hibner. He puts it out of bounds, 21-19.
You know, that's not the shot that Hibner wanted. You could kind of see that one came off the top of his fingers. Trying to push that ball out of bounds. Good break so far for Southern Virginia.
And he redeems himself. Hibner did with the kill that the Knights blocked out of bounds, and so it's 22-19. Knights got a 2-point run that time to pull within 3. But now the Eagles only need 3 points for a victory. Lobo is too strong from the back row, and now only 2 points are needed for Juniata to pick up a set 4 win.
Southern Virginia's going to have to go on a 6-0 run right here if they want to close this set out.
Clark gets the point. Cougar with the kill, 23-20. And now the Knights could win the match if they could win the next 5 in a row. Trying to maybe have that big run at the very end of the set. Colby Wilson serving. Knights get the block on Fick. 23-21. 4 more to go.
4 more. They can do it. Juniata needs a timeout. They're going to take it.
Whew. Yeah, Juniata wants the timeout. They want to nip in the bud this little run by the Knights. Knights are within 2 points. They need 4 more to win the match. And Juniata only needs 2 more points to send us to a 5th and deciding set. And remember, we've got another match coming up tonight at 7 o'clock against UC Santa Cruz. Men's basketball action. It is now Salisbury on top of Southern Virginia 39-33 early in the second half. Cale Thornton, of course, had the big first half, and he's got 20 points for the game.
Yeah, Cale Thornton being the leading scorer right now. We look at their stats, too. Southern Virginia shooting 2 of 4 from the three-point line, 14 of 23 from the field. They have 14 turnovers. That's probably what's really killing them right now as we look and see Salisbury has 11 points off turnovers. Southern Virginia out-rebounding, though, 21-14. So Cale doing a good job on the boards. Hopefully they can bring this cut that lead down and come back and take away their last game of the year.
So the Knights come out of that timeout. Again, they need 4 more points. They've been able to pick up 2 in a row here, and they need 4 more points to win the match. Colby Wilson is serving. And it's put away by Yusevic on a miss hit by Juniata to make it 23-22. Now the Knights need 3 more points.
Yusevic doing a good job of staying away from the net, but getting a good shove down on that ball.
Wilson with a good low serve. They'll go to Peterson. Knights get the block. And Colby Wilson, Cougar Clark, blocks it off and gets the point. What a great team effort on that point by the Knights.
2 more points for the Knights right here. Cougar Clark.
Wow, that really was a team point on the dig and the retrieval by the Knights, and then Cougar at the net able to get it over, and that was almost sheer power by Cougar Clark.
Yeah, got it right off of Peterson's arm, able to go out of bounds. This arena is going loud. Hopefully they can stay loud as we come back from this timeout.
Well, let's see, 4 points in a row. The Knights still need 2 more points, as does Juniata. Either team can win the next 2 points and win the set. And in the case of the Knights, if they win the set, they win the match. Knights are trying to go to 4-2 in the CVC, trying to pick up their 7th win of the season. Juniata trying to pick up their 8th overall victory, and they're trying to go to 4-2 in the conference. Don't forget, we've got UC Santa Cruz coming up tonight at 7 o'clock. That'll be a non-conference match for the Knights. That's if they've got anything left in the tank, Nash.
Yeah, as we saw them get swept by Marymount 3-0 earlier today, as they're probably on their way down right here.
Colby Wilson is serving. Knights need 2 more points. Peterson is blocked. Now the Knights can go for the kill here. Lobo from the back row. 24-23. Match point coming up for the Knights.
That's 5 straight points for Southern Virginia. They're going to look to go for number 6. We're seeing a good job serving from Colby Wilson right now.
Knights trying to win it. And a point for Juniata as Lobo got it back over, but got it back over too quickly, and Juniata was able to put it away. It's 24-24, and again, both teams still need 2 more points to win this set.
Yeah, kind of a miss hit right there for Southern Virginia, which was able to let Juniata kind of push that ball back down.
Hibner, service error, 25-24. Match point again for the Knights.
We talk about service errors, how it hasn't been a factor, but with this score in the game, it's a factor right now, as that's going to push Southern Virginia up 1, looking to close this set out right here and win the game.
Tagaloa for match point. Peterson. And the Knights win it!
What a game, what a set.
The Knights win it 26-24. What a comeback in set number 4, and they win the match 3-1, and the Knights are now 4-2 in the conference, 7-4 on the season, and Juniata now 3-3 in the conference. What a huge victory for the Knights.
What a big time from Southern Virginia right there. We're going to jump on with Cougar Clark, as he had a terrific game. Again, we're joined here by Cougar Clark. We look at these stats. Cougar Clark, you had 11 kills. Lobo with 15 kills. What an amazing set that was, coming back from that set 3. Kind of a tough set right there. What was Coach Peterson's words to you guys going into that 4th set?
Well, I'm sure everybody watched the 1st and 2nd set, and the way we played the 1st and 2nd set, we just needed to go back to that. We played Juniata a few weeks ago, and we dominated them in the first 2.5 sets, and then we gave up and we did all that, and we kind of just needed to get back into our focus and get back into our urgencies and making less errors and going back to what we're good at. So that's what he told us to do.
Yeah, and I'm sure that was talked about a lot with your team, with their team too, is that a couple weeks ago you guys were up 2-0. You guys came up 2-0 again. That last set, what was those last 6 points? You had to score 6 points in a row. You got 7 points actually, going up 26-24. What was that last timeout? What was the words said between the players?
I get really frustrated myself because I feel like I can always be doing more. And I just tried to, tell our setter, hey, we need to stick to what's simple. Go to Lobo. Go to Lobo. Let's pass. We're here as a team. And, when we're here as a team, I can't, Lobo can't get a kill without our passes. He can't get a kill without our sets, and neither can I. None of us can. And the only way we win is by playing together. So 7 points. Basically, the last thing we said is we're not doing this again.
Yeah,
we're not doing this one more time.
You didn't want to go through that again. And now you have UC Santa Cruz coming here in a couple hours. You guys are on a 2-0 streak right now with the top 10 teams right now, and you're going to go to play UC Santa Cruz as they got swept by Marymount. So they went 3-0 against Marymount. Wow. So you guys are probably the top favorite right now coming into this UC Santa Cruz. What is going through your mind coming into this last game tonight?
My mind alone, this is a new team. We're blessed to have a California team come out here. They play a little bit differently, a little bit more smooth volleyball. Unlike us, we're very everywhere, scrappy, but they're a very smooth team. They got this kid, his name's Lake Merchant, fantastic volleyball player. He's such a good kid too. My mind, we got to play loose and we have to play our game. As you saw, this is this is number 9, number 10, and yesterday we played number 4 or 5, and we played our game.
Yeah, and you're gonna play the number 4 team tonight too.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's what it is. And if we play our game, we play as a team like we have in the past 2 games that we've seen. I think we're gonna do a good job, but it's gonna be a new experience for us.
Yeah, congratulations, Cougar Clark, again with a big time win. We're gonna see you again tonight.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we can come away with another big win.
Hopefully.
Congratulations.
Hey, thank you, fans and everyone else. We love you guys, so we appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks.
We talk again. Big time win from Lobo, from Cougar Clark. Awesome job. This Cougar Clark's a little sweaty, so he's gonna wipe off the headset for Jim, doing a good job. But good game from him, good game all around. Yusevich, Lobo, Cougar, Mark Stapley, Colby Wilson, Kaipo, all of those guys doing a good job. I don't know what else you can say about that game.
Well, we got the final numbers, and the kills led for the Knights, Lobo 19 and Cougar with 13.
Yeah, big time from those guys. As Cougar Clark's so enthusiastic about this game. He loves this game, loves this team. This team is so good. As they're going to look to go and beat UC Santa Cruz tonight, as they lost 3-0 to Marymount. We won 3-0 to Marymount. So right now it kind of looks like we might be on top of UC Santa Cruz. Hopefully that helps out tonight.
And strictly from a standpoint of a team confidence standpoint, it not only helps the Knights to defeat Juniata, but to defeat them in a way that obviously that didn't mirror 2 weeks ago when they looked for a second there. They might, be headed to a 5th set, and the Knights just were able to gut it out in set number 4.
Yeah, we heard Cougar say, not again. That's all that was going through their mind, not again. We're not doing this again. And they did a good job of closing this one out. Hopefully they can do it again tonight.
So that's going to wrap things up here from the Knight Sports Arena. Don't forget, we'll be right back with you at 7 o'clock, though, for non-conference volleyball action as the Knights get ready to take on UC Santa Cruz tonight at 7 o'clock. But again, congratulations on their night. 4-set victory as the Knights defeat Juniata, again winning in 4 sets. A tremendous victory in the CVC for the Southern Virginia University men's volleyball team. Thanks again for joining us this afternoon for men's volleyball, and have a great evening, everyone.